Hello kids, Shubham Mangalam at Little Scholar High School. I am Sangeeta Singh, taking 7th standard, subject English, and the topic to be discussed today is Unit 1, Lesson 1, the town mouse and the country mouse. So kids, you have learned from this lesson that the town mouse and the country mouse were cousins and they often wrote letters to each other, and the country mouse was invited by the town mouse and the town mouse was invited by the country mouse, and both of them visited each other's place, but they could not adapt themselves to the new atmosphere. So finally they went back to their places and they never visited again. And at the same time, we have also seen the clear description of the two places, the countryside and the village side. Now let us discuss the grammar part, page number 7. Choose the best answer to complete each sentence. The town mouse and the country mouse are friends, cousins, classmates. The answer is cousins. The house of the town mouse was a field in a village, a building in a village, or a kitchen cupboard in a town. It is a kitchen cupboard in a town. The house of the town mouse was full of most delicious food, full of sugar canes and roots, full of coconut water. And the answer is it was full of most delicious food. At the end of the story, the country mouse went back to his country, stayed in the town, visited the town mouse. The answer is it went back to his country. Okay, now look at bit 3. Say whether the following statements are true or false, and you also have to correct the wrong statements. The first one is the country mouse lives in a town. It is false. It lives in a countryside. So in place of town you need to write countryside. The town mouse felt very comfortable in the train. It is false. In place of comfortable you need to write uncomfortable. It was hot when the town mouse travelled to the countryside. It is true. The town mouse liked to eat cooked food. It is true. There are more lights, cars and lorries in the town than in the village. It is true. Okay students, now look at page number 7, vocabulary. What is vocabulary? It is a list of words known and used by a person. Now you are going to learn some words and their meanings. So take the correct meaning of the underlined word. He has asked me to spend a week in the countryside. So the underlined word is countryside. Now let us look at the meaning of the word countryside. A land with towns and cities, a neighboring country, a land outside towns and cities with fields, woods, etc. So the answer is C. It is countryside means a land outside towns and cities with fields, woods, etc. Now look at the second one. The town mouse packed his bags. So the underlined word here is packed. What does it mean? Let us see the options. Put something in a container so that it can be stored. Put clothes etc. into a bag in preparation for a trip away from home. And third one is put expensive things in a bag so as to keep them safe. So the answer is B. Put clothes etc. into a bag in preparation for a trip away from home. Now third bit, the day was bright and sunny. The underlined word here is sunny. And what does it mean? With a lot of bright light from the sun, with a cool wind from the east, without rain. And the answer is A. With a lot of bright light from the sun. Now fourth one, he nibbled at the root and the sugar cane. The underlined word here is nibbled. So what is the meaning of nibble? Took a large quantity of food, took a small quantity of food showing a slight interest, took food with a great interest. So here the word nibbled at means took a small quantity of food showing a slight interest. Now fifth one, the country mouse arrived in town. So here the underlined word is arrived, and let us look at the meaning of that. Left for a place, got to a place, left a place. The answer is got to a place. Okay, now look at second bit. Fill in the blanks using appropriate phrases given below. What are phrases? Phrases is a group of words which does not make complete sense. So now look at the phrases which are given here. Looked around, plenty of, full of, piece of, got of. So all these are the phrases which have to be used in the while filling of the blanks. Ram Babu started his journey to his grandfather's village in Warangal district. He caught a train to reach the village. The train arrived at the station. At that time, he was hungry and thirsty. As soon as he got off the train, means as soon as he got down the train, he wanted to drink and eat something. So he looked around. Looked around here means he searched, but found nothing to eat or drink. He started walking towards his grandfather's house, and on the way he found a shop which was full of cool drinks. He had plenty of money, so he bought a cool drink and a piece of bread. Okay, look at the bit 3, compound nouns. What are compound nouns? Now before explaining that, let us look at the sentence which is given from the textbook. He nibbled at the root and the sugar cane. So here the sugar cane is the word which is underlined here. It is an expression which is formed by joining two words, sugar plus cane. It becomes sugar cane. So it is a combination of two words and it is called as compound noun. Now join each word in column A with a suitable word in column B to form compound nouns. Now look at the words in column A. They are birth, door, fire, hand, moon, motor, sun, gate. And the words in column B are cycle, bell, kerchief, light, shine, way, wood and day. So we can join these two words and we can make a word like birth plus day becomes birthday. Door and bell becomes doorbell. If we join fire and wood, it becomes firewood. If we join hand and kerchief, it becomes handkerchief. If we join moon and light, it becomes moonlight. If we join motor and cycle, it becomes motorcycle. If we join sun and shine, it becomes sunshine. If we join gate and way, it becomes gateway. So all these words are called compound words which are formed by joining the words from column A and column B. Now turn to page number 9, grammar. Notice the underlined words. It's always quiet in the country. So here quiet is underlined. Sometimes it is quieter than today. Quieter is underlined here. Our village is the quietest among all the villages in our district. Quietest is underlined. So here, what are these words? The underlined words are all adjectives, but they are in different forms. There are 3 different forms of adjectives which are also called as 3 degrees of comparison. So the first one is positive degree, the second one is called comparative degree, and the third one is called superlative degree. So when we make no comparison, we use positive degree, and whenever we compare two persons or two places or two things, we use comparative degree, and when we compare more than two persons, places or things, we use superlative degree. So here the degrees of comparison are positive degree, the first one, the second one is comparative degree and superlative degree, and here you can see a list of adjectives and the other degrees of comparison of these adjectives. Now look at the word dark. So in the comparative degree we use darker. So the adjective dark takes a suffix er. We need to add er to make its comparative degree, and the same adjective dark takes the suffix est at the end to form a superlative degree. Small, then it becomes smaller, smallest. Then rich, richer, richest. Then we say safe, safer, safest. Clever, cleverer, cleverest. Tall, taller, tallest. Then bright, brighter, brightest. Okay, you can see the list of adjectives here, and what do you notice here? All the adjectives take er as suffix in the comparative degree, and the same adjectives take est as the suffix in the superlative degree. Okay students, now look at the list of the words which are given here. These are also adjectives. These can be divided into 2 parts or more than 2 parts. Now for example, you take the word useful. It can be divided into 2 parts, use and full. So each part is called as a syllable. So a few words have more than 2 syllables, like interested, we have delicious, etc. So such words, they take more as prefix in the comparative degree and most as prefix in superlative degree. So the comparative form and superlative form of useful is more useful and most useful. Exactly in the same way, the other word like beautiful becomes more beautiful, most beautiful. Interested has the forms like more interested, most interested. Doubtful becomes more doubtful, most doubtful. Precious, more precious, most precious. Delicious, more delicious, most delicious. And dreadful, more dreadful, most dreadful. Cheerful, more cheerful, most cheerful. So okay, you have learned now most of the words in the comparative and superlative forms. They take er as well as est as the suffix. And some of the words which have more than 2 syllables, they take more in the comparative degree and most in the superlative degree as prefixes. But there are some words which change completely in other degrees. So let us see what are those words. Much, good, bad, far. So the comparative degree of much is more and superlative degree is most. The comparative degree of good is better and the superlative degree is best. Comparative degree of bad is worse and the superlative degree is worst. Comparative degree of far is farther and superlative is farthest. For example, we can say she is a good girl, she is better than the other girl. We can say she is the best girl. Now look at bit 2. Notice the underlined words. May I stay with you? The word may is underlined here, which is used to take or give permission. And can I leave this place? The word can is underlined, which is used to take permission in informal way. You can go now. So here the word can is underlined, which is used to give permission. And it may rain today. So here may is underlined. This is used to express possibility. Choose the right answer. First one, may I come in, sir? So what does it indicate? Giving permission, taking permission or expressing possibility? The answer is taking permission. You are asking, may I come in, sir? So you are taking permission. Now second one, Sindhu may come to India next month. The options are giving permission, taking permission, expressing possibility. So she may come to India, we are saying. So it is expressing possibility, option C. You may use my cell phone if you need. So the options are giving permission, taking permission and expressing possibility. The answer is you are giving permission to somebody to use your cell phone. So fourth one, can I take leave of you? That is taking permission in a formal way, taking permission in an informal way, expressing possibility. So can is used to take permission in an informal way. So the option is B. The dog may attack you if you run. Is it giving permission, taking permission or expressing possibility? So we are saying the dog may attack you. So it means it is expressing possibility. The option C is the correct answer. Okay students, I hope all of you understood the vocabulary and the grammar part which is explained to you today. Now I want all of you to note down today's Sakshi. Classwork explained lesson 1, page number 7 to 11. And your homework is you have to complete all the objectives from page number 7 to 11 in your textbook.